And major power cuts have caused travel chaos across large areas of England and Wales, affecting close to 1 million people. The National Grid says 2 generators failed, which triggered an emergency response to limit access to the network. Let's hear more from Katie Austin.
Commuters navigating Clapham Junction station in darkness. This evening's power cut didn't last long, but the impact affected more than 1 million people, including thousands of train passengers across the country, some unable to board.
I'm going to hang around and see if they put the trains back on if they fix the issue, but if not, I'm going to have to find somewhere to stay tonight and get the train tomorrow.
Well, no one's come over and spoken to me. No one seems to know what's going on. If you go in and ask for help, no one really knows what's going on at all.
While some were stuck on trains.
I was on a train from Edinburgh through to London. We stopped in the countryside for an hour and a half with no information. They were starting to conserve water, but now they've sent us back to Peterborough station, where we're just going to have to be, I presume, dumped off.
London King's Cross is one of the country's busiest railway stations. Passengers turned up here this evening to find there were delays and cancellations and have now been told services are unlikely to resume today. Reports of a problem emerged shortly after 5 o'clock this afternoon. UK Power Networks tweeted it was aware of a power cut which it believed was due to a National Grid network failure. It supplies London and the South East and said 300,000 homes were affected in that region. But it didn't end there. 500,000 people lost power in the area Western Power Distribution covers, South West England, South Wales and the Midlands. 110,000 customers served by Northern Power Grid in the North East. 26,000 supplied by Electricity North West in areas from Penrith in Cumbria to Stockport in Greater Manchester, and 16,000 SSE customers in central and southern England. Tens of thousands more were affected in Cheshire and Merseyside. National Grid said the issue was caused by the loss of 2 generators that connect to the GB transmission system, which led to a fall in the frequency of the electricity system, and it had to disconnect part of the network. It said that by 6:30 all demand was restored by the distribution network operators and the system was operating normally. By then, the loss of power had affected drivers too, with some traffic lights out. Newcastle Airport experienced power issues too, as did Ipswich Hospital, where the backup generator failed.
My mum got stuck in the scan lift, so we were looking at her sort of 10 feet off the ground, wondering how on earth she was going to get into the lift because it wasn't working, or get down again. And it was quite a terrifying sort of 20 minutes wondering, actually, what's going to happen here? Are we going to have to get the emergency services?
People whose Friday evening journeys turned into a nightmare will be wondering how this could have happened. Katie Austin, BBC News.